are you doing?
I'm doing good. What about you?
I'm fine too, a little cold, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's really cold today.
Yes. Can you hear me well? Can you see me well?
Yeah. Is everything okay? Thank you.
Okay, very good. So, Paulo, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for contacting me. How can I help you?
So, yes, and I don't know if I'm too afraid about that, but I would like to prepare myself uh, to some surprise in the English test. I don't know if it's something really difficult, but I
But I'm sorry. What are you afraid of? You don't wanna have to participate on the English classes?
no, I never take the English classes from
Okay,
the.
no, okay. I'm sorry.
Uh, do you how can I explain? I believe that I have to pass in this test. That's a big problem. I cannot
Uh,
be.
but you said that you don't have the technical English,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you're going to on these assessment tests that people are going to apply at Selma. You are going to do two different tests.
Yeah.
One of English that you're probably going to have a very good grade, and the other one from the technical English. Uh, since you have a good English, you may pass on the other one.
Yeah.
Yes, because what I think I told you this. The test is uh, a very long test because it has many pages, and there are parts of the manual and questions about those parts. So you may not know exactly the technical English vocabulary, but I imagine that you have some advantage on that because you know English already, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if there is a question. Maybe let me see. How many boats do you have to use? If you don't know what boat is, this is not important because you can find the word boat on the text.
Yeah, I
Yes. So
imagine about that.
yeah. So I don't know what boat is, which everybody knows at Selva because you use this word in English, right?
Yeah.
So even if you don't know what boat is, you can find it. So you have a great advantage on the other people because you already speak English.
Okay.
Yes. But you said that you got the book probably from another student. The book of the technical English, it has nothing to do with the test that you're going to make.
Oh, great.
Yes, because it's not a text. I'm sorry, it's not a test about the book. You're going to do tests about the book when you're taking the course normally.
Okay.
But this test, it's a really random test. Okay, random. Yes. It has everything.
Yeah.
Yes. And people from Selman decided that that material would be what they considered the minimum people need to know.
Okay.
Okay. So, what's the most important thing on this technical English test? You have some questions. I don't know exactly how many. And you have to answer them according to the text. If you are able to answer the questions correctly, not all of them, you are not supposed to get all of them right. I think
Okay.
you need to have 70%. 70? I think it is 70%. And your grade on the English test, we I don't know if they do this until now because I left Selma. There is about a year, something like that. So they add these things together, yes, and these two grades together, and they give you an average. So if you have a very good grade on the English test, the chances are that you need a little smaller a grade on the other one, right?
Okay.
But I don't know, if I were you, I would do this. Why don't you want to do the
Because
course?
my boss, he told me that I shouldn't do the course. Yeah.
And you were invited to take the test, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so your boss told you that you shouldn't do the test because you already speak English,
Yeah. Almost because of that.
but he knows that you don't have the technical English, right?
Yeah, I told him several times.
Who's your boss?
Thiago Hatchman.
I know him.
He's trying to help me. The truth is that he's trying to help me because lots of people doesn't wanna. I go to the other area, and he told me I'm trying to help you passing this test because I will have more things to help you go to there. That's exactly happening. Um, my
Okay.
today
Uh,
my boss is not Thiago anymore because they now we have two bosses in the same time, and Malia is one of them, and he wants me in the same place that I am, and Thiago wants me in
okay.
another one. So
That's very good.
it's a big fight for my life, and I have to show that I'm able to be in another place, and maybe English should be a difference in this time and would help me.
I understand. Since you have a very good English, but I don't. I think you can maybe escape the course because you might be able to understand the grammar things and these kind of things, right?
Okay.
I imagine that you can understand that. But and the technical and the English test itself, it's a very for you. I imagine it's going to be very simple because it's a multiple choice test, right?
Okay.
And I don't remember exactly how many questions, but you're going to read and choose the correct answer. So I think this can be pretty easy for you. But when I gave this test before, I had to put some people in the course because they didn't had the equivalent average. Maybe sometimes they were very good on the technical English, but not so good on the other. So they needed something to compensate that.
Okay.
But if you take the English course, I think the English course is happening every day until now. I'm not sure. I don't know
Yeah.
how they are working on that
Yeah.
nowadays. But what would I say? You would be out of your area for 2 hours.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. That was. I think that's not a problem to be out of the class the area.
The area.
The
Okay.
biggest problem is they are fighting about me.
They are fighting for you.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
So
If you are able to pass this test, it would save them some, I think, 90 working hours for you because the course is it's 90-hour duration, right? So I really don't get it, Paulo, why they don't want you to do that because your biggest problem, you said that to me, your biggest problem is the technical English, and it's very important for you to
yeah.
have that. You never had the technical English course on EDAP,
No,
Senai, these kind of things.
no. I made like some electric technical English, but completely different, and I believe that the teacher don't even speak English.
Yeah, sometimes this happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes people tell me that, especially when they talk about I was called to be at Etapa some time ago, but my schedule wouldn't fit. But sometimes they say that the teacher translates the words and that's it.
Yeah, exactly. That
Yeah,
was my
this is
my technical English when I was studying.
yeah. And how did you start? How no? Sorry, when did you start studying English?
Well, I started studying English when I was a little boy by myself. I didn't have money to study, so I was studying and just reading a book without without know how to read, but I was reading and doing lots of exercise from the book. Um,
Nice.
but when I really started studying English when I was 19 years old, like
Okay.
10 years ago.
Okay. So I assume that you are 29 now.
No, I'm terrible in math, so let me see them. Like
uh,
I don't know.
how old are you?
34,
How old are you now?
34 years
34
old.
or 24?
34 years old.
Ah, okay.
So
Okay, so it's more than 10 years ago.
yeah, more than 10 years
Uh,
ago.
do you make videos?
Mm, yeah, sometimes.
Do you make videos speaking English?
Yeah.
I think someone some time ago, a long time ago, sent me a video of yours talking something about religion, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe someone did that. Maybe I don't know.
Eh,
Elidio?
I don't. I
No,
don't know. I don't think so.
no.
Maybe. Actually, I don't remember if it was you, but the person showed me this video. They didn't send me. They showed me this video and said, "This guy works at Selma and he studied English by himself."
Yeah.
And he's speak. I don't remember if it because there is some time. I don't know, about 4 years ago. I don't know if it was you. How long are you at Selma?
14 years.
14 years.
Yeah, because I start to work at Verzani and I work
Okay.
at a lot of companies and now I'm at GE like 8 years.
8 years. It's a
Yeah,
long time.
yeah.
It's a long time. So when you were hired a GE, I started teaching the English class there. I think 1 year after, around 2014, I guess. Uh, Around 7 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. I had already worked at GE. I was an intern at the purchasing area. I worked there for about 2 years. And then I worked at Giant as an import and export person. Yes. And after that, many years, I went to Selma again to teach English, which is very curious.
Yeah.
And do you enjoy working there?
Yeah, I like. It's it's good.
And what's your position now?
I work blasting party.
Okay, but
The
people ask you, how do you describe your profession?
um I have
For
no idea.
example, if people ask me, I can say that I am a teacher, or if I prefer, I am an English teacher. So do you say that you are a mechanic only, or not only being a mechanic?
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
minimizing being a
No, no,
mechanic.
no. I could understand
Just
it.
the adjectives necessary, because there is mechanic assistant, level 1, level 2,
Okay.
senior. I don't know.
I usually say that I work at the cleaning chemical parts when I usually clean the parts to take the take pants my God, I forgot the word. The word that
What
I'm
do you want to
studying a
say?
lot. Oh my gosh. Uh, esqueci em português também.
Aí,
Isso é um
eu
problema
posso te
sério.
ajudar.
É, graxa.
Forgot.
Não é
Graxa,
exatamente isso,
graxa
não.
é possible grease.
Grease, exatamente, grease.
Grease.
Yeah.
Desengraxar, degrease. Ou
Yeah.
limpar, né? Tirar a gordura, degrease.
Yeah. So I blast the parts. Today I'm blasting the parts with plastic process and oxygen process.
Okay, so do you work on the same building Gustavo does?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm trying to work with Gustavo now at FPA, but that's a big fight to be there. Long time, lots of people were going to there, and I'm sure they don't even know Portuguese, but now they are because
Yes.
Thiago wants to give me this opportunity. They want to take everything from me. So it's happened. I know.
I understand. And why do you want to change areas? Because you are tired of the area that you are working, or because you think where Gustavo works is more interesting, or I don't know, you like the people better? Because sometimes this happens as well.
No, yeah, as everyone is the same area, it's okay about people, and I think that's about money, about to grow up in lots of areas. I think that
Okay.
I should be, I should help a lot with my knowledge of English. Should be something for me to be there, and to would help me uh, improve improve my English there.
I understand. And do you have the technical English book with you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Now,
yeah.
do you have some questions? Do you want to ask me something about it?
Well, I'm not sure. I'm reading that. Okay, I'm reading that a lot, but sometimes I'm just a little confused about when, because they told me that there are more than 40 words to translate in the test. I think that's terrible. They translate the words because
No, 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 Paulo. People are giving you no. People are giving you the wrong information. This is not the correct information. On the teste de nivelamento, yes, that I imagine that can you hear me?
okay,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know. I think the connection is a little strange. Maybe I don't know if yours or mine.
Yeah, maybe it's mine. My internet is a big problem.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, but it's okay now?
you disappeared from my screen. Okay, you are there.
No,
Okay,
I'm writing. That's if you are using the cell phone. If I'm writing, you don't see me.
okay, okay. Is it okay? Okay.
Okay, because sometimes we freeze. So since I am seeing you, if you are in slow motion or you freeze, I ask if you can hear me, because sometimes I blah 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 blah,
And nothing.
and the person the person doesn't hear me. Yes, the person doesn't hear me. Paulo, so people are giving you the incorrect information.
Okay.
On this teste de nivelamento, yes, that I call assessment test, you don't have to translate anything. You don't have to translate anything. You have to go there, do the test. The test sometimes, of course, the text is in English, and sometimes the questions are in English. Sometimes the questions are in Portuguese. It's up to you. If the question is in Portuguese and you want to quantos volts precisa usar no passo tal? Você pode responder. I'm sorry. You can answer in Portuguese, or you can answer in English. Why? Because since the question is in Portuguese, it opens the door for you to answer in Portuguese.
Okay.
Yes. On the regular test, the Brazos test, you don't have to translate anything. Multiple choice questions. I don't know how many exactly, and you just choose the correct answer. Just that. You don't have to write anything except your name. Right? The test, the technical English test, where you have to translate words, translate sentences, is the test for people that are taking the course.
Okay.
So if you're not taking the course, you don't have to translate anything.
Sure. Good.
Because, for example, when Gustavo, I don't know who you are talking to, but for example, when Gustavo took the English course many years ago, I don't know, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, Gustavo was in one of my first groups.
Okay.
Yes, 6, 7 years ago. People didn't take this test, this nivelamento test. They were invited for the class.
Yeah.
And finished. So maybe Gustavo, he doesn't know this information. And that's okay.
Yeah. The guy.
Yes, but
there is a guy that told me this. He took a test 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago, and he told me that he was doing a test, but he's studying. He's doing the course. So yeah.
yeah, so it's a different
Yeah,
test.
completely different.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yes.
good.
So the test, I think that people finished the classes that were happening. I think they finished it last week or the week before. I don't know. Someone was talking to me, sent me a message. I finished the test. I finished the test. No, sorry, I finished
The
the
course.
course. I think it was a student that was with me, and she went on a medical leave. Okay, medical leave.
No.
She was sick and she couldn't work.
Okay.
Yes, I don't know if about COVID or something else. So she was sick, and when she came back, she had to do 4 tests.
Wow.
I think in 2 days. Yes, but she has finished the course. So can you see, Paulo? The things are different.
Okay.
The things are different. So this guy that probably talked to you, he was still studying.
Yeah.
He was already studying.
All right. Studying. Okay.
Yes. So it's a different test. It's a different approach.
Okay.
Yes, it's a different approach. So that's why I told you, if you are studying for this book, it's a little, I'm not going to say useless, right? Because studying is always something very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. You are always doing something good.
Yes, I totally agree with that. And I think the more technical vocabulary that you have, the better for you.
Yeah.
I work in the electric. I don't know. I work with electric. I imagine that you're not going to use some words very much, but you're going to use some others. And you're going to find something that is applicable to you. Yes.
Okay.
And especially at Selma, the technical vocabulary is very similar. Of course, there are some things very specific in FPI that people that work in the assemble don't use.
Sure.
Yes. What else can I say? What else can I do to help you?
I don't know.
Is it clear, the test part?
Yeah. That's make a little less afraid than I was. So
Yes, I think you can feel more comfortable about it, right?
yeah.
Because some people I know, they missed many questions
so that they could do the test in purpose.
Okay.
The test, no, the classes. For example, you speak a very good English, but you know the correct answer and you choose the incorrect. Yeah, so people did that in purpose to go to the class. And when they were in class, they were speaking in English with me, and I asked, what the hell are you doing here?
I would love to do the course. I think that should be really important and good for me. But the biggest problem is that it's because lots of people don't want to me in another area. Okay, that's a big problem. Okay,
I
so
understand.
even when I try to go to another area, they didn't allow me, and now that that it was almost happening, they changed everything, and now there are two bosses fighting for me.
And I think that's a very good feeling.
Not exactly.
Because it shows that people like your work, Paul.
Yeah.
Yes, people like your work, people like your person. So it's very good to be. It's hard to make a decision, right? And sometimes there are people, not only at Selma, that they do everything they can. This happens everywhere to prevent the other person to grow.
Yeah. That's a big
Yes,
problem.
yeah. This happens at Selma and everywhere else.
Mm.
So there are some people that their job is to hold the others. But I think you have great chances, and you have been working there for a long time. So,
Yeah.
do you want to talk a little about yourself?
I tell.
Are you prepared? Do you think you are prepared for an interview in English,
I'm terrible in
like a
it.
job interview?
I already studied a lot for that, but I don't know if I'm prepared for that. I already did interview there in Orange, like 8 years ago. I've done there. I was
Okay.
like
A student of mine went last week
yeah,
to Orange.
yeah,
Yeah, for an interview as well. And she said that in the middle of the interview, the woman asked, I don't know, 5 questions in English, and she was, I was not prepared for that.
yeah. I was like one because I really start the course when I was hired at GE. So I start to study at Fisk. Um, so I was like one year studying at Fisk. They invited me to go to Orange, and I took a test. They invited me to do an interview, and they they told me that I should know a little Spanish. That should be interesting for me. And I started to study, but I'm terrible for that. And they called me. They asked me to send another CV to them, but I just uh, got uh, I was just hired at GE, so I I was
Gave up.
there. Yeah, I gave up
So
to
you
go.
don't study Spanish anymore.
No, I'm trying. Sometimes I'm studying by myself, but I'm not so good student.
I like studying languages a lot.
Yeah, I.
I studied French many years ago. I used to teach French.
Oh, that's good.
Uh, yeah, but I don't teach French, I think, for, I don't know, 8 years, something like that. Since I started working at Selma again, and Selma consumed me
Yeah.
all my free time. there were some days that I was at Selma from 7 a.m. until 1 a.m.
Wow.
So, yeah, I didn't have much time for the French itself. But I returned to my French classes recently to have conversation classes. And it's very good. If I had time, no, if I had money, I would just study languages.
Yeah.
I love studying.
Yeah. I like to study, but I think that I'm a little bit lazy about that. But I like to study. I really like, and I I start the course, so I find some English groups on Google. I don't watch the proposition, but I start to find lots of
On
people
Google.
on Google, and I have met people all around the world. So I was learning some words in French and Arabic. Arabic. I, I,
Yes,
I,
Arabic.
I have met a girl really good girl from Saudi Arabia, and I was
Nice.
talking with her for a long time, and it was really good. But nowadays I
Nice.
don't talk with her anymore. She got a boyfriend and didn't talk with me.
Yes. Yes. In Saudi Arabia, things are really strange for women.
Yeah, the
It was already a surprise that she talked to you,
yeah.
right? Before.
She was telling me lots of things, and she said that she couldn't uh, talk to me. But
Yeah.
she said that where she lives, they were not so
Strict.
yeah. She used to live in at Jeddah city, something like that, and even she even used that burqa
Okay.
hajib
She wears the hijab or
hijab.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yes, the thing on the head.
yeah.
Yes.
She used to doesn't she wear
So she
that?
so she's a Muslim, right?
Yeah, yeah. But she said that sometimes in their city they were not obligated. I don't know. They were not obligated
Or you can
to
say it was not mandatory.
mandatory to wear that. Yeah,
I understand.
she taught me.
My family is Lebanese, right?
No, I thought that should be something like that. Cause your name. How can I pronounce your name?
Okay, that's a very good question. My name is Fairuzz.
Fighters, fighters. It's
Yes, yes. It means precious.
precious. Oh, precious. Really good. Fighters.
Yes, and so my father is Lebanese, but he's a Brazilian citizen because he lives in Brazil for a very long time. So he was able to be considered a Brazilian. My father, uh, he studied here. He votes. He has all the rights and the duties that Brazilian people have,
Yeah.
right? So my father, I am 40 years old. My father has been living in Brazil, I think, for about 50 years old. So he spent more time of his life here than in Lebanon.
Oh, great.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I saw many. In Lebanon, there is a small percentage of the people who are Muslim, um, but it's the women that wear the hijab and the women that wear the burqa themselves. They take so long in the airport because they can't show their face to a man to match with the picture of the passport.
Yeah.
So they have to wait for a feminine officer to go to a private area to show their passport and to show their face.
Wow.
So this takes a long time because they don't always have a female officer available. So,
Yeah.
but that's very good. I admire people that study on their own. You can say that you are a self-made English speaker because you
Wow.
did it alone.
Yeah. I took a course, but
It was a little after, right? You
yeah,
already knew something, right?
yeah. When I
The first course, uh, I used to do the tests first, to finish the tests first, and when it was like speaking tests, the teacher invited me to be with her and see the other ones doing the test with her and listen then and something like that. She used to ask me,
That's
"What do you
very good.
think? It's right or wrong what she's saying?" Yeah, it was really good.
So it was another way to test you as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me a little about your life, Paulo. Attention. When I make this question, tell me a little about your life. This is not an interview.
No, no.
I don't, because some people don't get comfortable with that. You don't know me to talk about your personal life, right? If you don't want to. So you can invent things as long as they make sense.
Okay. No,
Yes?
my life is so simple. I like to talk about my life. My life
So
was
please do it.
yeah. My life was
Uh,
always a very very difficult life and lots of things to win. So that's really good for me. Like English, when I was younger, I just fell in love for English. I don't know if because the girls at school they were singing Backstreet and I said, oh my God, if they love Backstreet Boys, if I start to sing Backstreet Boys, they will. I was a poor boy. So that I thought that should be English. English should be a very good. Oh my gosh, it's not a gun. Well, a very good thing for me to find a girlfriend because without that will not be a good thing. So I start
okay.
to ask the girls their little books with the lyrics of the songs, and I start to translate that songs with dictionary that I
Perfect.
that I that I ask a friend. Uh, and after that, I was pre- pretending that I was singing the songs at school. And everyone, oh, he knows English. I was singing everything completely wrong. It was completely, oh, he knows English. It was really, really nice that time. And
Nice.
I found a book at on the garbage and I start to
Okay.
study that with that book that he's really that's really good that book because he was giving lots of stories and there was lots of translation so
You're talking about the book. The
yeah
pronoun that you have to use is it.
it yeah it had it had lots of stories and stories or histories
Both are possible.
possible
Both are possible, and similar to similar. No, sorry, differently from Portuguese. That in Portuguese today we just use the word history. Yes, we just use, but both are okay. But normally, when we say the word history, we are talking about the subject, historical facts, and when we talk about stories, they are not necessarily invented things, but they are I, I don't know how they are not formal. Maybe some, for example, I'm going to tell you the story of my life. Okay,
okay so I found this book one here because I used to I don't know how to say that in English, but it's like eu catava latinha para vender.
okay. So you would gather cans
Yeah,
to
so
sell.
I was doing lots of things about that, and I found this book, and I started to study with it, and
Okay, excellent.
I was studying. I read this book several times from the beginning to the end. I translate everything. I should. I I knew lots of words, but I didn't know how to pronounce them. Okay,
I understand.
and I didn't have the internet was not something easy in that time, and but when I could get something from internet, I was taking some songs and starting to listen there several times and sing the songs. Okay,
That's very
and
good. That's very helpful.
yeah, and I, I I I got a girlfriend when I was like 15 years old, and I was sending a lot of letters to her with the English songs translation, and that's
Oh, very
and
smart.
because I was translating everything. And I used to say to guys when I was younger, I should uh, talk with a girl in English, but I could never understand what she was saying. But I would I could pronounce that, and if she say something I could not understand. Maybe she could understand my English because I was learning how to pronounce lots of words, but I could never understand her saying something because it's really hard to understand. Um, i- um, American, it's really hard to understand them.
You can say that it's really hard to understand natives.
Natives, yeah, exactly. Natives, that word that I was looking for. Uh,
Um, when the point is, when we are not a native speaker, yes, you normally have a clearer English,
yeah,
yes, because you studied more, you had to you read the books. We normally study more English than American people.
exactly. I know.
Yes, we know the rules. We know the rules. Many people know the rules. We study more. We dedicate more time because it's the same for us with Portuguese. I speak Portuguese, okay. Do I know all the rules of Portuguese? No, because
No.
it's my mother language.
Yeah,
So probably a person, probably my father, for example, he studied more Portuguese than me.
yeah,
And my father had to learn how to read in this alphabet. And because they have the same alphabet we do, but it's not so commonly used. So it's very, very weird.
yeah,
So
imagine.
when I went to Lebanon, thanks to Google Lens, I was able to read many signs on the street.
Wow.
Yes, yes. So uh, this is your English experience, and I think that it was very nice because it shows that you were really interested in learning, in knowing things, and this is very, very, very nice. And if I were you, I would never get rid of this book. I would maintain this book as a memory,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Sometimes
From when
I
you
read
started.
that because I don't have a good memory, so I'm always studying with it.
Okay, that's very, very good. And do you have any other books in English?
Yeah, I have lots of books because I have the Fish English books,
Fish
and
books, yes.
I recently got some book from. People say that's a course that there is lots of things from Cambridge, so I'm reading that. That's not different. That's really. I think that's a good book, but I don't know the name exactly. Interchange book.
Okay,
I have
don't worry.
lots of interchange books from a course that they have lots of material from Cambridge.
Nice. I like Cambridge material.
Yeah. So
I like it.
I'm starting
Uh,
to read some of this material.
okay. Do you watch movies in English?
No, I usually don't watch movies. I usually don't watch TV. That's a big problem. Now I'm watching a lot of TV because my wife loves TV. So I'm watching with her some series on Netflix sometimes because it's on
But
so
do you watch in Portuguese or in English?
in Spanish. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Um, in Spanish because what she's watching now they don't have Portuguese. So we are watching that in Spanish. I used
Oh,
to listen lots of lectures in English uh, about lots of things, and it's I think that's something that I do the most. Listen
do the most.
lectures or preaches in English
Okay. Uh, there are we now have the possibility of podcasts.
podcasts. Yeah,
Yes, I don't have a lot of patience for something very long. Yes, but if it's something around I don't know 8 minutes, 15 minutes, that's okay for me. I can listen to it. My teacher sends me podcasts in French every day.
wow.
Yeah, but short podcasts. So I listen to them. Sometimes I understand everything. Sometimes they are speaking in Russian because I have no idea what they're saying. And life goes on. Life goes on. What works very well for me, this is not the, as a student, of course, I like to listen and to read simultaneously
Okay, yeah, I do that.
because it helps me to identify the pronunciation. It helps me find the words in the text. This helps a lot. When you are beginning, or not beginning necessarily, but when you are checking your memory and getting things back again. But after that, you can't do that anymore because you are going to get stuck and life has no subtitles.
Yeah,
If you're talking to someone in presentially, you can't say right here for me because I don't understand what you're saying. I'm sorry, folks. This
yeah,
doesn't happen.
exactly.
Now,
That sometimes I make her questions like, what did you eat yesterday? Before answering me, she writes my question to answer me. And this is the girl that went to the Orange interview, and I said, "What did you do? Did you write the questions?"
Yeah,
So you can't have uh, how can I say that? You can't depend on the translation. You
yeah,
can't depend on the things you see.
exactly.
Yes, because you have to hear and understand. Yes, sometimes I don't understand things. Sometimes I watch news in French. Sometimes I watch news in English, and depending on the topic they are talking about, I really don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
have a student now. He's going to have to participate in an event, two events in Dubai. He's going to be a speaker, and he's talking to me about marketing and cryptocurrency. Hello.
ah, estranho. Eu fiquei pausado
Hello.
ali. I was freezing there. I don't know why. In you.
Okay, okay. So he's talking to me about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and marketing, and the different kinds of. I studied business. Sometimes I read into these things. I read about these things, but he has a more specific vocabulary than I do.
Yeah, I
So
imagine.
sometimes I have to check things and to keep up with his class, right? So he's practicing with me his speech, and sometimes I don't know if the word is right or wrong, so I have to check, and that's super okay, right? But I don't know if you know that I don't recommend. On Google Meet, there is the possibility to activate the subtitles.
I don't know. I think that's the first time that I've used this.
which is wonderful because I have some kids students and they put the subtitles, and it's really not worthy.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
not worthy.
I'm
So you're
freezing.
frozen to me, but you are hearing, right?
Yeah, I'm reading you. Okay.
Okay. So you said that you have a wife. Can you tell me a little about her? Can you describe her to me physically? What she does, what she likes to do.
My wife just likes to watch TV, and she take cares of our kids. I have two daughters, and
Okay.
she she's a very beautiful woman. Um,
Is she
she's
tall, short, fat, thin?
I think she's short and
I'm sorry.
she's short. She has brown hair. Don't know. I'm looking. She used to be
Short
so
hair.
thin. Yeah, like yours, a little.
Okay, a medium height.
Yeah, medium height. She used to be so thin, but nowadays she's not so thin.
So
Um,
you can, but I imagine that she's not obese
no,
by
no,
what you're
she's
saying.
not obese.
Okay. So
Okay.
if she's not obese, and you can say that she's a little fat, a little overweight, just like me, you can say that she's chubby.
Chubby, yeah, chubby. I
Yes,
already read about this
chubby
word I
is
never used before.
no. When I when I translate chubby to my students, I say fetching. Fetching.
Fetching, fetching, chubby. Yeah, she's like chubby.
Fetching.
Fetching.
Yes, so there is the chubby, and the totally opposite of chubby is skinny.
Skinny. Yeah. I used
Yes,
to be
because
skinny.
it comes from the word skin, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You used to be skinny.
Yeah. That's me like 80, 10 years ago. Nowadays
I'm a little bit fat, but chubby,
You can say chubby,
chubby. Yeah.
but life changes a lot after you get married, after you have kids.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Lots of things.
your habits change, and people tend to gain weight after marriage.
Yeah. Exactly. And
And before that, people go out to eat a lot. Yes, when boyfriend, girlfriend go out to restaurants, to pizza, to
yeah.
these kind of things, right? So,
And when I start
what
to
is your favorite thing to eat?
I don't know. I eat everything. I yeah. I like pasta. Lots of things.
Okay,
Lasagna, pizza, this everything. But I don't have a favorite one. Okay.
okay. Do you eat fruit and vegetables?
Yeah, I like Gilo. I,
No, no. Gilo is scarlet eggplant.
oh my god, eggplant.
Yes, in Portuguese we use 4 letters, and in English big words.
Yeah, scarlet. Yeah, scarlet
Scarlet
eggplant.
eggplant.
Scarlet eggplant. So I like that. I eat every kind of vegetables and fruits. I like a lot of them. But
Okay,
you
that's very good.
you asked me about the book. I read this book about this guy. He changed
Understanding your potential. Yes.
yeah, he completely changed the sense of my life when I start to read and listen his lectures, because um, I was thinking that I would never learn English. Like when I was like 19, I was all my life trying, and the things were not working. So I've heard a lecture that he was doing about potential, and he was saying about the wealthy spot on this word, the place of this word,
And he said that this place should be the cemetery. And he was explaining that the cemetery
It's a place with lots of people with lots of potential that died just like nothing. People who should be an engineer, a teacher, or something really big in this life that just dying as prostitute, drug addicts, and alcoholics, people like that. And he is really he used to be he died like some years ago.
Ah,
Um, I think that was 2013. He died, and he talked about potential, our our self potential. It's really really nice. That changed the
nice.
concept, and I start to study more about after that, and I could learn English after that.
That's very good. You have a nice story.
Yeah, a little.
You have a nice story.
Thank you.
Yes. And how old are your kids?
Um, the old one it's 8 years old, and the other one it's 4 years old.
Nice, very
The
nice.
youngest.
I have the same difference from my sisters, 4 years. Do you plan on having more children?
Sorry.
Do you plan on having more children?
I used to say that I would like to have like 10 or 14, but my wife she doesn't plan that with me. She said, "Oh my gosh, two, it's a big problem." So we
Yes.
have
Yes.
no plans
But
for
do you
that.
have many uncles, many aunts? Is your
Yeah,
family big?
my father-in-law, my grandfather, he had 14 kids. He had like 12 daughters, 12 daughters and two sons.
Sons.
Yeah,
Okay.
sons. It's
My
that
my father. I'm sorry.
it is what we know because after he died, we learned that he had lots of kids in
Others.
yeah others. That was my father, my grandfather. I never had father,
Good.
so I to call my grandfather as father.
Okay. My father has 9 brothers.
Wow. Yeah.
My mother has 5. Not brothers. I'm sorry. I'm going to use a better word. There is a word called siblings. Do you know this
Siblings.
word?
Yeah. I
Yeah, your siblings are your brothers and sisters, not specifically. So my father has 9 siblings, and my mother has 5. I
wow.
have 2, but in my case, I have just sisters. So it's possible for me to tell you I have 2 sisters or I have 2 siblings.
Okay.
Yes. And
Yeah.
you? What
I
about you?
I have brothers and 3 sisters. So
Big
my
family too.
yeah, my family it's really big. My mother had six kids, and my aunts they had like five, six, three, and so all my life I thought, oh, I will have like 14 kids.
Like them. Yeah,
Yeah,
because this is your example, right?
yeah, that was my example of life. But
That's very interesting.
nowadays, I don't have this mind. I know that's really difficult. Mm,
It's really hard
yeah,
to raise people.
yeah. Mm. I know what I have passed in the past, and how was my life. Nowadays, job. Nowadays, I completely different of my mom because my mom's completely crazy, and uh, but I'm completely different to about to have lots of kids.
Yeah, that's interesting. But this is the tendency uh, from people around our age. You know, I know you are younger than me, but people our age have a little different
the word that people like to use a lot, mindset.
Mindset.
About it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Exactly.
mindset is the word of the moment.
Yeah, that's the word.
So people changed a lot about their mind. So you work on the second shift at Selma.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you are leaving work at 2
Yeah.
recently, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have another student from the second shift, but she works on 14 bis.
Okay, great.
Yes, she used to be my student, and she decided to continue from where she stopped. So that's very very nice. I would ask you something. I would ask about, isn't it difficult for you to get up for a class at 9?
No, no, it's
You
not.
wake up early.
I used to sleep like 4 or 5 hours only.
This is terrible.
Yeah, sometimes, but as I used to work at night shift, I used to live there from there at 7, and I was like sleeping from 8 to 11 or 8 to midday. I'm used to
I
sleep
think I
little.
think the third shift is the worst.
Yeah,
The worst for your body.
yeah, that's a
Yes.
big problem.
Because of course, I think it's better to work because there are less people. I think that there are normally no bosses around. Yes,
Yeah,
uh, you are able to do. I'm sorry, it's very noisy here. A
okay,
car.
no problem.
I'm wearing the phone. The window is closed, but sometimes I feel like the cars are in my house.
Yeah, it happens.
Yes, because I live near the street. Yes, is your street noisy?
Yeah, sometimes lots of guys trying to sell things here in their cars.
Yes, pão de queijo.
Pão de queijo, exactly. That's
Bam.
that's the terrible
Pa,
one.
pa, pa, pa. I have to stop the class because I can't concentrate
Yeah,
on the
exactly.
pão de queijo car. Where do you live?
Roseiral.
So it doesn't take you a lot of time to go home after work, right?
Yeah, and I usually go by motorcycle, and
Okay.
it's really fast.
Yeah, but it was raining yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I used to go even when it's
I
raining.
I just imagined how cold it was.
When you wear that clothes, it's not so cold. That's
And you have
plastic.
in mind that you are going to go home, right?
Yeah,
So,
and the plastic make you warm. That's good. That's not so
yeah.
difficult.
But you are not one of the crazy ones that I knew at Selma that take a shower at Selma.
Oh no, no, this
Oh, I have a student. I used to have a student. I don't remember his name, but he used to take a shower
and
at
take it
midnight,
take a rain.
something,
Exactly.
and he was very hot from the shower. You could see the vapor. Yes, and then he was on his motorcycle and went home. And I said, Jesus Christ, he's going to have a big problem.
Yeah, I usually do that, but not always. But
But
and
when
not
it's hot, okay, but
it's not to
when it's a
see the
cold weather,
vapor.
yeah. So, Paulo, I have to go. I have a class at 10:30.
Okay.
I don't know if I can help you with anything else, but let me know if you want to have another class, if you want to talk about a specific something. I honestly, I'm going to talk to you honestly. It's not that I don't want to teach you, but for what you told me that you wanted to do first, I think I can't help you much. I helped you the most with the tips, yes.
Okay.
But whenever you want, I can save this schedule for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Just send me your bank account that I will send you the money. And thank you so much. I think that you helped me a lot. And
Thank you.
I'm sure that I will try to schedule another class with you.
Okay,
even
whenever.
even if it were not about the technical English. I really need to practice my English because okay, so
That's
it
something
would
very good.
help
So
me a
if you
lot.
want to have any other class, you contact me and I may prepare something. I may give you a text that you can read and we talk about it. Or you show me a text. It's possible too, to work
Okay,
on something that you prefer. Yes?
okay,
Uh, it can be done. So
okay.
happy Mother's Day to your wife.
Oh, thank you so
Yes?
much.
Thank you for contacting me. I will send you my bank information as soon as possible. Okay?
Okay, thank you,
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure. Good luck.
thank you. It's my pleasure.